Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is part of the ongoing Sunday afternoons for me, but Sunday evenings for some of the rest of us game with the Intercontinental Group of Awesome, so called because there are some of us in the U.S., and here in the USicans, and some across the giant pond who are in Europe. So we are playing in our extended from the summertime series of Malliverse stories, which originally started in a 1990s mall in Beechwood, California. But for this particular series, we've come up to the modern day. It's a pandemic-less modern day, but the modern day where we have aged up our mall. It's very sad because malls have not fared well in the United States over the last decade or so. Me saying this while I'm actually in the Twin Cities, which does have a very, very prominent and still profitable mall. I'm not sure why. Maybe there's just not much else to do in the Twin Cities. It's like there's baseball you can go see. And anyway, so yeah, we aged up our mall, and as part of original, like as a side joke, the player characters are hit the streets or hit the mall, defend the shops. It's a hack of my game, hit the streets, defend the street, hit the streets, defend the block. Wow, I like too much hits and defends. Where the player characters are all retirees who used to be supers at some point. So we have had a couple of adventures so far. It's been pretty delightful, but Jan has been away, so now Jan will be joining us. So let's go around the horn with our established characters. Just a quick intro, introduce yourself, tell us about your character, and then we're going to focus on a swell guy. So Alex, if you could introduce yourself, tell us about your character.
I'm Alex. I use he, him, and so does Rafael Vieira Fernandez, aka the Peacock, who's had a long, illustrious career as a non-powered vigilante, in the kind of vein of a Daredevil-style powers, minus the echolocation and blindness. And yeah, he's from a long legacy of heroes. His mother before him, probably his grandfather before that, his children, possibly then some grandchildren, and also kind of the adopted children a la Batman. You know, you just collect strays. And what do you do with strays? You train them to fight crime. And yeah, he also has one son who I think he was at some point at least a teenage hero, but is now a kind of shield agent. That's Hugo, the oldest son, who is a bit disapproving of all the other superhero stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alex. Let's hop over to Tyler. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Golden Boy, also he, him pronouns, who is a speedster, now up into his late 70s, early 80s, who was a sidekick for a hero during his youth, and then broke away from that and kind of rebelled in the 70s when he was Disco Gold, but has come back to Golden Boy. He is, like I say, a speedster, but he also has light control powers. He has an interest in the gym in the mall, which is called Golden's Gym, which is getting him sued by Gold's Gym at the moment. And he also teaches the senior Zumba class there and sells vitamin supplements on the side. I think we saw last time around, or at the end of the last one, that kind of the supers thing was his whole life, and that he still kind of misses it, and really is one of the pushers for us to do superhero-y things.
Indeed. It was a very sad Swanson Skinner moment. Brought to you by Swanson's. Thank you very much. And then Jen, if you could introduce yourself, tell us about your character.
Hey there, I am Jen Kitzman. Use she, her pronouns. I am playing Dana Maddox, aka Dog, who also uses she, her pronouns. Dog was a hoverbike ganger who is now a refugee from the alien entertainment world known as Mojoverse. She was instrumental in the escape of several heroes who were kidnapped ages ago and then escaped together. And she's acclimated to living on Earth in a world where you're not constantly on camera and or being exploded. I think she probably likes it here.
Who could blame her? You also
Right.
escaped with Bond.
Yep. Yeah, that took some people with me. Probably not as many as I wanted, but you know.
That's right. I think maybe we have some people in our NPCs that we haven't necessarily introduced who might be other escapees based on a little conversation you and I were having, and I like that idea quite a bit. So we may tease that out as we play. Cool. And then Sabine had a personal emergency, and they'll be unable to join us for this game. We wish you well, Sabine, and we look forward to gaming with you again. And so we'll move on to Jan. So, Jan, introduce yourself and tell us about this character.
My name is Jan. I use he, him pronouns. I live in Belgium. And I will be playing Simon Simmons, also nicknamed Sim Sim, who his cape name is the Swell. His superpower is that he can grow his body, can swell up. But he also has a supernatural jaw stat, which means he has a supernatural gift for the gab, I guess. Very charismatic. And he, gets by doing odd jobs, like being a maintenance guy, a bit of concierge for the mall, and mostly, changing the lights when the light bulb dies. It's convenient if you don't need a ladder if you need to change the light bulb.
That was his whole job interview.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. He's got this like gift of the gab, but he's just doing this kind of small time.
Yeah, but it's cool because you see
job.
you see lots of people out in the mall, and you can just strike up a conversation and have a little chat.
What's his retirement scheme? That's our real job sub for this hack.
What do you mean?
Oh, so like is his shtick that he's got some kind of retirement he's living off of, or
he's making a bit of money from doing the maintenance work, and he's just making do.
Oh wow! So he couldn't actually retire if he wanted to. So he enjoys his current job, but it's actually a job to put food on the table.
Yeah.
Interesting. I dig it.
Kind of like a Walmart greeter situation.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Jan. That is delightful. Good stuff. So let's talk a little bit and figure out what team ups you had. I'm kind of imagining, I don't know if you guys have played the original Dresden Files RPG. I believe it was kept in the Dresden Files Accelerated, the whole team up book idea. So like if there was a swell comic, it was 10 cents at the time. If there's a swell comic or a swell guy comic, I'd like to imagine a few team ups that we had. So we know that Golden Boy had he was sidekicking, and I think I'd like to introduce that he was sidekicking with a guy by the name of Tempus Ballator, who wears a Roman getup. We don't know if he's actually Roman, but yeah, he has like a kind of Roman style thing. So that's a possibility of Swell Guy teaming up with him. Of course, Bon and Dog, they probably got into some messes as well back when they first came back, and we know that Peacock did many things in his Batmanish. I don't know. Do you imagine that the comic about Raphael, was it like a Spanish language comic or?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Like a little indie publisher.
Nice. Yeah. I'm into it. I really like that.
Possibly
Cool.
with some more edgy is maybe not the right term, but less comic code dependent.
Oh, nice. Although he's pretty wholesome, but that's good. It's still good.
Yeah.
So let's start off, Jan. You tell me, who do you think we want to talk about your first team up back in the day? Who do you want to talk through a team up with first? You can pick more than one if you think it was like a big event. But the more characters, the bigger the stakes.
I think there's definitely been one, maybe either with Golden Boy, or with Golden Boy and what was his name?
Tempus Ballator. I'll stick him in our chat right now.
I think that's definitely a team up that would work well.
Did he have time traveler-y bits about him?
Why? Yes, that was a little bit of his shtick. Is that cool?
Guessed.
Oh yeah, I was just curious with the Tempest and all.
Yep, you did have some time travel bit going on. Sweet. So then, what do you think the threat was, Golden Boy? We have 3 heroes here. So was it a threat to all of California, the West Coast?
I think that it was big, but probably not like the whole state, probably like one of the major cities. But since we have our little kind of off feel, it's not LA or San Francisco. I think it's like Petaluma.
Okay. I'm into it.
I have to look up where that is.
I don't know.
There.
It's in California. That's all I know. I could draw California because it has such a distinctive shape, but I couldn't tell you much of where anything is because I am a terrible student for geography. Sweet. So we had a threat to Petaluma. So the swell, was the threat otherworldly, a revenge from a supervillain, or some kind of cataclysmic event that was not driven by personality, but by some kind of, potential weather or other related event?
Revenge, right?
Do what?
Revenge, I think.
Oh, revenge related. That's fun. Oh, I've stuck a picture of Tempest Ballator in our Malliverse cast L2. You can see that now. You've got a picture of him. Cool. So I think maybe the conflict, the big revenge plot was perhaps against another time traveler, maybe against I don't know, Captain Aetherblade. What does that sound? Do you guys think maybe you had some kind of temporal anomaly that was brought in by Captain Aetherblade? I think he's got like an automaton parrot.
Kind of a steampunk swashbuckly kind of
Yeah,
hero. Or villain.
Villain, totally villain. Captain Aetherblade. I'll stick that in our Aetherblade. So what is it that you did, Swell, to defeat some of the minions that Aetherblade brought in from other alternate timelines?
I think I mostly just like grew, but probably like 2 stories tall, and then just laid down on top of them.
Nice. The swell sit or something like that. Some attack. Yeah. That sounds great. And then Goldie, how did you help to capture Captain Aetherblade?
As in, how did the three of us, or how did I personally?
I think you personally did something spectacular.
I think part of, since we're saying he's kind of time travel-y and that's a big part of his shtick, I think I was actually able to go fast enough around him that my speed disrupted his ability to time jump.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm into that. That sounds amazing. Yeah, so you disrupted his ability to leave this time period. And then, yeah, I think Tempest would have delivered the final punch, right? Because you're the psychic, he's the hero. Yeah, I like that. So this sounds good. That's a real good team up. So then, Jan, who would you like to work a second team up with?
The Peacock.
Oh, sweet. So I'll let the Peacock drive this one. Was this a street level thing, or was it more of a like 60s Batman four color comics, a little brighter?
I think just the swell being there kind of creates this. I feel this 4 color just moves with him. So yeah, that.
Cool. I'm into that. That sounds good. So we have a 4 color version of the Peacock when he was a little more swashbuckling, a little less the Bat family and darker stuff. I think Peacock was generally.
I think he's always been a bit more of the swashbuckling thing. The Bat family is more just that kind of dynamic of.
Oh, okay, cool.
Makes for a very charismatic team up. Nice.
Sweet. So I think maybe you guys in your team up, since I'm gonna like dig into a little bit of the cyclist's history. Let's see. The cyclist was he was Black Current as a minion. Who was the? Oh man, what was the name? Yeah, I think actually. Let's see here. Do we remember? Does anyone remember the name of the person he hinched for? We can make it up if.
He hinched for like an organization.
What, isn't it in his bio? In a little bit.
Yeah.
The bio? No. Oh no.
No, I just unhit it, so
okay.
I didn't see it. It just says used to be Black Current as a minion, upgraded himself to Dr. Flux and made some scary inventions before being stopped by Dr. Peacock. By Peacock, not Dr. Peacock. I don't know why I said Dr. Peacock.
Yeah.
You never went that far into school. It's Captain Peacock. Was it Captain Peacock or the Peacock? It was Peacock.
The Peacock.
Yeah,
the cyclist. Brutus would call me Captain Peacock.
Of course he would, because that makes you seem tougher.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, we'll say it's an organization, and maybe it's like an acronym or something. You're all Some kind of acronym that we'll have to backronym, but maybe it's like harm or spite or something like that. Spite. We're gonna go with spite. Does that sound
I
okay?
think harm is already a
Yeah, I think it is a thing. As soon as I said it, I was like, damn it, but spite sounds good.
yeah.
So it's SPITE periods after all of them. We'll do background.
Society, but yeah.
So yeah, Society for the Prevention of yeah. There we go. I love that. So spite. Evil org.
Prevention of intellectual theft. They're very into their proprietary tech. I don't know.
Yep, that sounds good. So we have when he was hinching, and maybe this is one of the early tete-a-tetes. We won't go too far into the details because I definitely want Sabine to be part of those flashbacks. But this was one of the introductions of what eventually became a long-running nemesis to nemesis kind of relationship, but he was part of a small, like another team up, so it would have been let's say that it was Exceptionus. If you guys look, he's there on our established NPCs of retired supers, so Exceptionus, and maybe this was like a crossover event in the summertime crossover event where Exceptionus had brought in a particular threat and was supported by Dr. Flux. Although he was black. Dang, sorry, there's too many names and Rich keeps messing them up. So it would have been Black Current and Exceptionus. And this will be a threat. We'll say this is a threat to Beechwood. So the swell, what was the local event that Exceptionist and Black Current interrupted that you were attending? Some kind of like, maybe, remember Beechwood's on the beach, so of course we can bring in the beach, but it could be mall related as well. This would be back when the mall was thriving, right? This would be like maybe the 80s. So you guys had, one of you has big hair. Or if we look at the picture of the swell, hair.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think the swell still had like a golden mane. Now,
Nice.
Of course, basically he's got this kind of beard, which is gray, and he's bald on top. That's the event. Yeah, I think like maybe beach related. Maybe they were like going to like make a tsunami or something.
Ooh, yeah. Exceptionist was creating a tsunami to threaten all of the shore of Beechwood if his demands weren't met. That sounds good. I love that. So we have a tsunami. Yeah, and I think it's one of those where the cover was them standing and this like wave behind the two of them is just coming over their heads. And so, Peacock, what did you do to defeat Black Current? Now remember, this was before Black Current was Dr. Flux, went on his own, everything. He just had some kind of like electricity powers.
I like to imagine there was a fastball special from
the swell just like grew up and like threw you.
Yeah, and I think it was like a throw past Black Current where I like on the way by I like rope around his legs and then pulled it into the water. So when he tries to zap me, it kind of causes like some sort of backfire.
Right. Yeah, the salt water affecting affecting my powers.
Yeah, I mean he was never the best fighter, but that electricity power can sting, so best to take that out of the equation.
The worst. Did
Throw the-
Peacock? Oh, sorry. No.
Throw the peacock like a dart, like with
Yeah.
the colorful tail. It's just perfect.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I would go into like a little twirl, so it'd be like it'd be.
That's nice. I like that. I like that. Cool. Anything else you guys wanted to add to that team up flashback? All right. Sweet. And then I'm gonna throw this one to Jen. What about Dog? What kind of crossover has team up or big event has Dog been in that Swell was part of?
Maybe some kind of something to do with like defending folks, protecting some redwoods. It's pretty California.
Cool. Oh, like
And
people would
also,
like chain themselves to a tree type deal. Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And
like
like the redwoods are big, Swell gets big. That's thematic confluence right there.
It's good stuff. Sweet.
Dog
Just
being like, y'all don't even know how lucky you've got it. You've got trees.
So was this a thing where they were trying to protect some trees from a logging industry, and you guys had to swoop in because the loggers brought in some kind of hired?
We totally went Captain Planet on all of that shit.
Yeah. There was some henchmen hiring maybe going on.
Is there like a
Some villain stuff.
little villain with like chainsaw hand?
Oh yeah,
Black
and
hand.
Knuckles. I think this is where we introduce Knuckles, the NPC that I've had in the thing. The guy who has those giant, like huge fistagon deals.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can like punch through trees.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's big
Okay.
stuff. He doesn't need physics. Who cares about physics?
Wrecked.
Yeah, Knuckles. So he try.
He looks wheedly, but it's not an easy fight.
Mm-hmm. I can just see a panel where like one of them, like where his metal fist comes crashing through a redwood tree.
Yep.
I am into that. Stopped by Swell and Dog. Oh man. So I went through and noted there that I really like. So there he was teamed up by, because it's 2-on-2, right? So you fought not only Knuckles, but also one who called himself Agent Orange. Thank you, Tyler. That's so good and bad. And yeah, I don't think Agent Orange is around now either. He disappeared or
Cancer.
Or yeah, cancer. Oof. Oh yeah, that's good. It's good in a bad way. That's nice. So how did the Swell take down Knuckles? Like, what is the thing where Knuckles was either hoisted on his own petard, or he was just not able to face down something that the Swell brought to the party?
I think the Swell just managed to talk him down.
Ooh. Was it a thing where the swell was taking hits and then just talking him down, kind of thing, and working out? Oh, wow!
Just, slowly trying to make him see his wrongs and.
Sweet. So did Knuckles, after he stopped fighting the Swell guy, did he end up going to jail? Did he end up escaping but gave up, told the logging company, bump this and out? Which do you think was the end for Knuckles?
Yeah, he escaped. He told the logging company to go screw and rode off into the sunset.
Did he ride off on a bike like Dogs, or what did he ride off into something? No. Okay.
He probably had like a Jeep or something.
Nice. That seems good. Sweet.
maybe crap, I can't remember the name of any other off-road four-wheel cars. So
There's one that is like the rich people off-roader. I can't remember the name of it.
A Hummer.
Sure. He had a Humvee. It was not the one I'm thinking of, but that one definitely fits the description. So
man, I wouldn't go off-roading in a Humvee.
yes,
That's just
he rode off in a Canyonero. Smells like steak and seats 45. Canyonero. I'll never give up a chance to say that. Sweet. Good. How do you guys feel about that, integrating the swell into how previous relationships? Do you guys feel it's enough history? Awesome. And now they're mall walkers and you work at the mall. Swell. Let's pick up at the old country buffet after the lot of you, including the swell, but not including the cyclist, because the cyclist was having this scene with the android, the head of the android at the end of last, like, let's find you a body. So the cyclist is busy working. That's how we do that in the write-up. He's in the splash thing, like we have a little call out of the cyclist, but the cyclist is busy doing the thing. Maybe there's even like a non-speaking panel or two at some point in this that explains where he is. But the four of you had arrived. We're actually picking up in the aftermath. You have defeated General Mayhem and been offered free buffets.
Now that's a reward.
So when we pick up, who is standing by the chocolate fountain? It's like a big fountain of chocolate that's coming down that you can like put food in, cups, whatever, or kids will stick their hands in invariably.
I could see me in the wildness of doing that and maybe doing my finger fast enough that it's doing like a little scream. I've just got my mouth open.
Nice. Oh, that's good. That's good. So in the country buffet, I'm doing a little Golden Corral vibe for us USicans because that amuses me the most, and that's where my head is at. So there's, for our European friends, there's this place. I've seen it here in the Twin Cities, but it's also real big in the South. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. You pay one price, and then there's just this. It's a big buffet with like a potato bar, and where there's one person who's just cutting like roast beef into slices for you, and this like obviously bought wholesale pizza that's not great, but then there's also a dessert area with like cake and pies that was supposed to cook today, and a chocolate fountain at some of them. There's just a ton of food. It is the epitome of middling quality overeating that is just typical of America. I, being an overweight guy, can say that. I could do that. I can make fun of my ownness. But yeah, that's our old country buffet. It's lots of beans. Like the salad bar is the smallest part of the entire place. Like there's a salad bar in name only. Like it has, some like slightly not brand new romaine lettuce and little cherry tomatoes, and enough to where you can like put it on the side and go, but look, I've got, there you go. Also, huge thing of ranch, right, for salad dressing. But anyway, with all of that in mind, at the old country buffet, there's a senior discount. So this would probably be a great place for a hookup. And also there is a very small table set up where there are 3 Boy Scouts, and they're an adult troop leader, hard to tell. They're selling, selling cookies effectively. Not Girl Scout cookies. These are Boy Scouts. They're trying to sell cookies. Not sure why, but they're off to the side, not far from the area where you would exit. Popcorn. There we go. They're selling popcorn. That feels much better. Thank you. I was realized that I kind of horning out on a different trope. So thank you for letting me verse out of that. And all of a sudden, those cookies become popcorn before we went to press. So first of all, I'll ask Raphael, aka Peacock, what is the bit of like destruction or problem that had happened in the fight that is still within the scene to show that General Mayhem put up a fight, did go down because you asked him to?
I think there's like a letterbox that is inside. It's been thrown through a window.
Like a big blue post office
Yeah.
box. Nice.
Yeah.
There's
It
like a
just-
window that's broken through. Is it like a window or part of a wall that was broken through?
A window.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's like a bit of the kind of window frame that's been like cracked.
Nice.
Came in, kind of like bounced in through.
There's probably still people sweeping up the broken glass. And
Yeah.
those tables have been pulled aside.
I taped it off. They got a couple of cardboard, like they've broken down some cardboard and like taping it up. They've just closed down that section. That sounds good. I really like that. There are actual wait staff at a Golden Corral. They've refilled drinks kind of, and also bring new plates or clear plates is kind of their main job, because you get 3 to 4 plates for every trip, and then you stack them. It's American. I love the head shakes from those who know what I'm talking about. This is a thing that I enjoy and also look around in horror whenever the few times that I've been in a gold. It's an experience. Cool. So the swell. What did you do to put the finishing touches on General Mayhem to defeat him? And was this a growing up? I don't think you talked him out of it, because General Mayhem, I know you didn't have a chance to see this was a teaser at the very end, but General Mayhem, he was here specifically in his own kind of odd protest against senior discounts. He's not a nice guy. He's also not a very smart guy. But he's been defeated. I don't think you talked him out of it. But you could have tricked him, or you could have grown to some kind of stature to have physically defeated him. What do you think?
I think he grabbed the mailbox, and threw it at him, and then after going through the window. But
So there's a General Mayhem sized dent in the post box.
yes.
Like the size of his like face and nose. That's good. I like that. Cool. So that was the thing that maybe one person comes over. So did you accept the buffet?
Yeah.
So there's a kid that comes over, and he goes, I took a picture of you hitting him with the post box, Mr. Big Guy.
Well, I'm sure it's a really good picture. Maybe let me see that. Let's see. How does that? It's a,
Okay.
oh, it's one of those smartphones. Okay, let's see. That's
He like flips, and we see a couple panels of the fight, right? And then you grabbing. Do you grow your whole body, or can you grow selectively parts of your body? Like, how did you grab that post office box and slam him?
I think he can grow selectively as well, but he, for this occasion, grew just, about twice as tall, and makes it easier to grab the mailbox, because otherwise it's a bit unwieldy.
Yeah. And I think the drop ceiling has like this one dent in it from your elbow, from when you like had to pull back at the super large size. Yeah. So this kid, he says, "Oh, this is real cool, right? What are you called, Mr. Sir?"
Well, I suppose you can call me the Swell, kiddo. It's
What? And his mother comes up and she goes, "What did you just say?"
the swell.
Tommy, can we have our phone back, please?
Yes. Well, make sure to not put this on the internet.
I wanted a selfie. I can't post it. Oh, come on. She's, no, Tommy, you're
Damage.
not posting some man who calls himself a swell. Thank you very much. Ushers him away. The kid keeps looking back. He does not get it.
Have a nice day and swell day.
Oh, nice. So Raphael, you see that awkward interaction. I'm imagining you guys are kind of all around one of the longer tables that could sit like 8 people, and they move the chairs around all the time, and they'll push tables together. You know, it's pretty flexible, the seating overall in Golden Corral, because occasionally, or in Old Country Buffet, it's occasionally large parties will come in to eat the buffet. So they shove all the tables together, and then they leave and they pry them apart. That kind of stuff.
I think I walk over after seeing that interaction, just like pat Swell on the shoulder, like, I've told you about that name.
There's no that.
Bird names never go out of fashion.
I
They're
don't know.
classic.
I don't know. I think there might be bird names that don't work very well. The great tit, for instance. The blue-footed boobies. I think you might be mistaken, Raph.
The eagle, the hawk.
Well, but that's not very fitting. How does a hawk grow larger? No. Raph, I know it works for you, but no, it's not for me. It's I have to say it's a catchy name. I always said so. The peacock is it suits you, but no, it's not for me.
What do we see? What do we see Dog eating right now? What has she picked from the buffet?
She's got an assortment of different stuff. Meat, vegetables. But right now, she's got like this cube of red jello on her fork, and she's like wiggling. Reminds me of old times.
Oh God. Oh, we now have flashbacks to the Mojoverse. And you fighting some Jello monster? Is that what is that? No. Don't eat your opponent.
Cube.
Cannibalism.
Nah, it's probably, no, this is food. You don't agree? It's all you're getting. It's food.
Nice. And then what about Golden Boy? Is Golden Boy the kind of person that has, like, I remember the 90s Flash series TV show when it was revealed that he had, like, he burned those calories, so he had to take them back up.
I think there is an element of that. And I think that even, I think that because of like all of his exercisey bits, he has a very healthy appetite. But yeah, I think there's a bit of a sped up metabolism.
Cool. I like that. So as Swell sits back down, we see that there's this kind of extended family. Obviously, there's some like younger kids. Maybe Raphael, they remind you a bit of your kids. And one is a mom has her like little baby carrier on the table, and they're evidently this is like a not official family reunion, but like a family getting together for meal type deal. And you recognize among the group here is Sylvia Brown. Sylvia Brown, the owner of a chain of spas, who's aged pretty well. She's a widow, and she's there with her like kids and grandkids and the like. And after the bit with the swell, and you go and have your seat, she extricates herself from her family and comes over and says, "Hey, Sim Sim, thanks for taking care of the trash there."
Much obliged, of course.
Marty, good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too. And I probably don't remember who she is.
Harsh. Nice. Dana, she would recognize you from like the pet store stuff, right? Because she's
Yeah.
into pets. So you
Yeah, I
selling
mean, I
or
feel
adopting
like, yeah, I feel like we'd cross paths, Sylvia.
Yeah, I kind of imagining that Sylvia might even do a thing where she sponsors you guys a little bit, but then you have to slip in a coupon to spa, first time visit. And so it's a little bit of a win-win.
Yeah. Every once in a while, we do like a doggy fashion show adoption special where Sylvia gets her trainees to do up the adoption dogs in cute little get-ups and ribbons and stuff.
That's a thing I would go see. That's pretty great.
Yep.
I don't know. Does Sylvia know Raphael?
I think he flirts with the ladies, so
Familiar
he would know at
stranger
least-
thing, or
Yeah.
Raphael?
I get up as quick as I can from the table to do like a little bow. But there's like obviously a bit of fast movement, and then it slows down as the knees.
And
Together.
she's very gracious about it. Like she does not make any comment about the slowdown or anything along those lines.
I do a little stiff bow.
And she comes to kind of stand behind you, Marty, puts her hand on your chair, not your shoulder or anything, but she's addressing the table. And says, it's oddly comforting to have our own little super team here in Beechwood. I heard about all the activities that you were up to when I was younger, but it's nice to know there's still people who try to take care of regular folks.
Just lending a hand when it was needed.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to break up your meal. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say thanks, and I'll see you. I'll see you later, Sim, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, Marty.
Yeah, come by the gym.
I will. And she lingers for just a minute, looking at you, Marty, and then pulls herself away to head back and starts chatting with her.
Simon immediately goes like, "Did you notice that, Marty? Did you notice that?"
Yeah, they appreciated us doing the hero work.
No, the look she gave you.
Yes, admiration.
Yes.
A little bit more than that. Marty.
Uh-huh.
What? What do you mean?
She likes you, Marty. She likes you.
That's right.
She's a widow.
Go ring on her doorbell.
Yeah. Who is she?
Marty.
Yeah.
She's available. That's it.
No, that's she's the owner of the spas chain.
That too.
Oh.
Yeah, she helps us out with dog stuff.
Yes.
Goldie could use a shampoo. Maybe I could
Yes,
drop
exactly.
in.
There you go. Getting them wheels turning.
But you did see people appreciate us being the heroes.
Yes, she appreciated you being a hero very much, and now she wants you to be the hero of her, loins.
Swell! And I'm blushing furiously.
Nice. I think that awkward moment passes just as the Cub Scout leader he comes over and he says, I'm sorry if this is a bad time, but I was hoping to talk to you guys before you leave. You can just come by the table if you're busy right now.
Who do you wish to talk to, son?
All of you.
Well, in that case, go right ahead.
Have a seat.
Oh, well, I'll have to get back to my scouts in just a minute. I'm Mr. Anderson. We're Scout Troop 633, and I've been talking to them about getting their heroism badges. There's a couple of the kids who've got it in their heads that they think they can eventually get Eagle Scout, and that's one of the harder ones to get. I was just wondering if maybe the next scout meeting that we have, if you super powered folks might come by.
We will be there.
Absolutely.
Anything to help them become eagles. See?
Set a good example for the young ones.
Never too early to start.
Exactly
Never too late
true.
to start either.
Great. Great. And he pulls out, he's got a little, pad, and he starts writing on his little pad of paper. And here's the address. And we've got a scout meeting at 7:00 tomorrow, 7 sharp. I really get on them about punctuality. So if you guys could show up early, that'd be great. But but anyway, here you go. Here, rips that off, and he looks across the group, but then he gives it to Raphael, thinking, "Oh, Raphael's the one who's the most into this." So,
How did Dog react?
yeah, I'm really curious. What's Dog's reaction here?
Kind of, well, I guess this is happening now, but it's for the kids.
Nice. So Mr. Anderson will thank you guys profusely, and then he heads back to the table where they're selling more popcorn.
Like the old days, going and doing a promo. I can't tell you how many supermarkets I opened. Fastest scissors in the West.
Oh, yes.
I ain't used to getting invited.
You know what
to
they
stuff like
say.
that.
No running with scissors, Marty.
Maybe in Marty's case, the scissors run while he stands still.
Possibly.
Cool. Is there anything else you guys want from this scene? Cool. So we'll pick up with Raphael. It's later in the evening, right? Because this was the thing where you guys had stopped for supper. Dog is not invited to cut ribbon. You're not a ribbon cutting kind of gal. You got the cool pink hair. But anyway, so Raphael, you're coming back. We'll say it's like 9:30 at night. It's dark outside, and you step into your home and turn on the light, and we see you start to walk inside, and you walk past the staircase, right, where you've got all the pictures that we talked about before of your
Swell in his prime.
standard family. Yeah, and as you walk by, we see a panel of you walking by, and the panel stays on those pictures, and then the very next panel, the pictures, like, they're just empty. There are no people in 3 of them. This was pictures of like the kid who was the sidekick, and the other one who arrived in that weird jet that kind of disappeared.
I think that was Magpie, by the way.
Okay, and Magpie, Magpie disappears, and you get to the kitchen. Maybe you are you a glass of milk before bed kind of guy, or just a drink of water?
Glass of warmed milk, just a drop of something stronger. Right?
So you make that drink, and then when you walk back, you notice that those pictures, it's just like, a mayor who's shaking nobody's hand. and another one is just the backdrop of this crashed jet, and none of your family are in the picture. So, I'm sorry, there's the one of Hugo winning that really not super exciting or heroic award, but...
Oh, you mean when he was inducted into the agency? Like,
right, exactly.
Yeah.
His induction, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like giving
I
a pair
grabbed,
of shades or something.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I grabbed the, like one of the photos and then like another one, and because I'm definitely shook by my adventures would tend not to be weird magical things.
That's
Adventures.
right.
They were gangsters and supervillains stuff.
Right. People who you can swashbuckle. Absolutely. It only got weird when the swell shows up. Or
yeah, it was only tag teams when things got like extra dimensional and magical, or what? I'm looking at the photos. I think I would be certainly ready for when weird stuff starts happening. You should be prepared for attack. So I would be like suddenly alert.
nice. So you are suddenly alert when, there is a sudden knock at the door.
Who is it? I say from like a few feet back from the door.
There's no answer.
Okay. I walk using my walking stick. I just like click the latch.
And then the door bursts into splinters, and it knocks you back, and we're going to cut away. So we cut to Golden Boy. So after heading down to the buffet and saving people and eating, what do we see? Like, what's the next scene we see for Golden Boy when he's by himself?
I think he's riding a little high on, having had the adventure of the fight and then having the bit of the, people being happy. And it's still in the back of his mind, this young lady who might be interested. And so I think he's back home and he's got the record player going, and it's definitely something disco. It's probably an ABBA or a Bee Gees. That's his happy place. And he's looking through his closet to see what's decent to wear while he talks to Goldie about, don't start smelling a nice shampoo. I mean, this is a very practical thing. Don't look at me that way, Goldie.
Nice. And Goldie's not sure about the music, but then all of a sudden Goldie starts to growl and barks at literally nothing. Maybe not literally nothing, but you have no idea what Goldie's barking at. What do you do?
What's the matter? What are you... And I'll start kind of looking around. Is that a mouse?
So if you're like hunkered down and looking around trying to find a mouse, when you hear a low hum, and we have the onomatopoeia at the base of the panel, it's a sound that you remember well. And when you look up, you see a projected image of Tempest. And he's looking around.
Sir, what are you doing here?
Goldie?
Yes.
The dog barks.
Not you. Yes, sir. Sir, you and I'm trying to avoid saying are dead. Um,
Yeah.
you're not normally here.
It seems that Captain Aetherblade has already gotten to you and aged you. Goldie, I'm so sorry.
Sir, um, it's been a long time since we've seen each other.
Come on now, Goldie. I would not have gone away for that long. You look like you must be at least 80 years old.
Well, yes, sir. It's 2020, sir.
And he kind of turns and he looks at the display on his little sheath. And I see. Well, you're still alive. Good.
Where are you coming from, sir?
There is a problem. Captain Aetherblade has been plundering various times, gathering allies. He is not forgotten.
He was always a pain.
He always was.
What do I remember of him last?
Which him? Captain Aetherblade?
Aetherblade, yeah.
Well, I think the last time was the tussle between Aetherblade and the Swell.
Okay. And the idea was we locked him down. So as far as I know, he like aged out in whatever prison.
Right.
Sir, did he escape prison?
I'm unsure if he escaped prison or if his younger self avoided that eventuality. He
Damn
splintered
town
several.
travelers.
Yes.
Sorry, sir.
I understand, Goldie. You've never been a fan.
Can't quite trust what's going on.
Time is like a river. Events in the past can alter its course, sometimes beyond recognition.
Yes, sir. You've mentioned that before, sir.
And as you know, Captain Aetherblade will alter timelines for his own selfish ends.
Well, you need to stop him, sir. You're not here.
No, I am not. I am caught in an alternate future. Aetherblade led me there. And he used an improvised temporal explosive that damaged my armor, trapping me in this era. So I had to use my omnidimensional positioning system to find you.
What should I do, sir?
Aetherblade is in your time, seeking vengeance. He gloated, of course, telling me this.
So he'll be after Swell.
At least.
And me?
Likely.
Huh. Is there a way for us to rescue you, sir?
I believe that I will be able to repair my armor in this era. I will try to contact you in 24 chronometrics if I am unable to return to you.
Calculate here. Okay. Very good, sir. And I'll start looking for him.
Good. It's good to see you, Goldie.
It's good to see you, sir.
And then his image flickers and he disappears. And I think I'd like to take our first break, if that's cool with everybody. We're at 46. Check 10ish. If people come back sooner, awesome. If not, no big deal. See you guys in a bit. And we're back. So I'd like to have a scene post our Old Country buffet. And I'd like to have the swell and dog in it together somewhere. Where do you guys want that to be? Do we want to see a home scene for the swell? Maybe dog took him home, or do we want to have the swell coming over to dog's place or some other neutral location? What do you guys think?
I'm curious to see dog's place.
Cool.
All right.
So is this a like sim on the back of dog's motorcycle that has
Yes.
hollows to make it look like a motorcycle?
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So dog, when the swell is on the back of your hover bike, does it feel like he's hovering? Like if he gets on it, physically is on it, can he tell, oh, this is not a motorcycle?
Yeah, it's gonna feel different.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've probably seen the wheels come off at some point.
He's probably in the know.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think
Also,
this was a
he's-
reveal.
Yeah, he's seen it do things that regular motorcycles just can't do.
Nice. Cool. So you zip along and it's evenings. We have the spread of the large headlight that throws out farther than a regular motorcycle headlight probably should. And pull up. Do you have like a garage? Because I know you've got the animal shelter. You're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You got not the animal shelter, but the kennel for
Right.
the dogs.
Right.
Do you imagine that you have a like separated garage for the bikes, or?
Yeah, I've got a separated garage. I've got
Nice.
my bike, and Bond's probably got like a civilian vehicle of some sort.
Like a
But
legit vehicle, as in
Yeah,
actual, not modded Mojoverse thing. Okay.
right. It's probably very, very practical though.
Like boring sedan kind of deal, or is it like station wagon level practical, or
Like it's probably a like European truck of some kind that has, a few modifications and and it's got the snorkel and everything. Like once you've lived in Mojoverse for a few years, you're just like, yeah, well, I don't need it today, but what if tomorrow everything surrounding me is on fire?
nice.
So yeah, stately dog ranch. Right there, it's got the separated garage, and then the single story home with a basement that's not big, but not not just a cellar kind of a deal. And things are like sparse but nice. There's not a whole lot of decor everywhere inside.
How about on pictures? Are there pictures of people on the walls?
Is there a trophy room?
I mean, there's always a trophy room. Or at least like a part of the living room has the shelving with the different trophies up on it. Some space sword, some other things.
Oh yes.
A broken helmet on a glass bust. That kind of thing. Going around. But otherwise it's just a very plain sort of thing. So yeah, if dog invites you in, asks if you want anything to drink, we've got water. I can start some coffee. There's tea.
I'll have some coffee.
All right.
I'm just, going around the shelves and looking at the.
Yep.
And I think you hear the creak of the door to the basement open up, and and Bon comes up. Bon, sorry, I've got to clear my throat. Bon's same age as Dog, who's normally called Dana. She was a doctor before, or a medic, if anything. So I don't think she ever walked away from that.
No.
Kind of imagine any infirmary equipment she has is probably down in the basement.
Yeah.
Has Swell met Bond before?
I don't think so.
So she steps up, or do you imagine the basement like is through the kitchen kind of deal, or
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
sure.
she comes in.
Oh, Bonnie, hey, this is Simon Simmons, also the Swell. I know.
Nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi. She comes over and gives you a nod. She appears to be of Asian cast, probably in her 60s, 70s, trim. Has a little bit of a sad look in her eyes. Seems to be permanent. Welcome to our home.
Thank you
It's
very
nice
much.
to meet you.
Thank you for your hospitality. It's a lovely home you have here.
Thank you.
Went into town today, had to put down some fella trying to put an end to senior discounts at the old country buffet. Of
I mean-
all the things.
Of all the things.
This is a bit ridiculous.
Why are you called the Swell? Do you have oceanic powers?
He does like a little whoop, whoop.
Ah. It reminds me of a morphing fellow. We have flashed to like a mojo competition, and some guy who could like pop his arm into a huge gun where he was literally firing parts of his body. So it wasn't something he did often, but he could.
Not a sustainable strategy.
Ooh. Ablative.
Can't say I've had the pleasure.
Would you give something to drink? We have some good beer.
Well,
Get the coffee started up.
yes.
You want some?
Yes.
I imagine that we probably just have a drip machine because it's real simple. Get that cleaned up and started bubbling.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, Bond kind of slides in behind you, puts her hands like around you and leans and kisses your neck. Dog, the feed hasn't stopped. They're announcing contestants now.
Sounds about right. That's what they do.
Keep watching. It's like a train wreck.
Who they got?
Ablative. I guess that's why I was thinking about it.
Oh. Damn, he's not dead?
No.
Huh. Well.
I'm not. Yeah. Well, good job against the senior discount hater, I guess.
I'll like take one of her hands that's wrapped around me and say, What's bothering you?
She leans over and picks up the mojo slab, taps a couple of things, and pulls off this little video that she'd kind of squeezed, saved, and you see that there is what appears to be, one of the perhaps progeny of Mojo himself, and he announces a 360,000 credit reward for anyone who brings dog to the party.
Well, that's stupid. All right, righties are going to sleep inside for a while.
Yeah.
Your guns are juiced? You good?
Checked and rechecked everything.
All right.
Is everything all right?
I'm sorry. We're being rude. The old ladies and secrets.
No, don't worry.
The coffee's almost ready. So do you two know each other or just met during the...
No, there was we had a previous encounter.
Yep.
A long time ago.
The mall where we go to do our walks too sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Do you have a dog, Simon?
I do, yes.
Oh,
A
what breed?
little Rotty.
Ah, that's great.
What's her name?
Ollie.
Cute.
Ollie. Nice. Well, if Ollie ever wants a brother or sister, I don't know if Dana's mentioned it, but we have a kennel here. We're often adopting them. We take in rescues and strays, and yeah.
That's so fitting for the name.
Yep.
My Dana's always about theming, I guess. I didn't find out until afterwards that all of their names were dogs. I didn't know the arrows were all named after dogs.
Yep.
I see.
It's about loyalty.
I see.
Yep. She's talking about the arrows, my old gang. And I'll sit down after I've doctored my own coffee and
I suppose that they're not from around here then.
No, we got a couple on Earth, but most of us have scattered.
Not everybody made it out.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. We remember them, and that's what we get to keep.
Yeah. Memories are important.
Yeah.
What about you, Simon? Do you have anyone you've lost?
I'm afraid so. My wife.
I'm sorry. What happened?
Well, Big C.
Oh.
Did she have abilities like you, or?
Oh no. She was just well, their only ability was to steal my heart, I suppose.
Specialists see those.
Those are the ones you should be scared of.
They get
Yes.
How long were you together?
Oh, it was 30 years. Well, 31, I suppose.
How long has it been since she passed?
4 years now. Yeah, it's still odd to be home alone. And I'm not as good a cook as she was. Another superpower she had.
I'm glad you have Ollie.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
The coffee's ready, and she brings you a cup.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, of course.
Smells great.
Anything else you guys want to do in this scene?
I
I'll
think. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. I think about halfway through the coffee, dog will stand up and stretch and grunt and say, Simon, you want to take a quick tour of the property?
Would I? I have seen all the things that, I mean, just the things that you're decorating your living room are already quite a sight. So I'd love to see what else you have.
All right, come on. Is it evening out, or is there still sunlight? All right. Yeah. Come on, before we lose the light.
All right.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes, huh?
All right. She stays in and kind of watches you sipping the coffee, looking out the window from the kitchen as you guys head out.
Yeah.
What do you show him?
Oh, I mean, I point out, the big rain catch barrel. We've got a couple of little external things. And our nice big shed, which is in excess of our garage and our kennel. And then I go, all right, and that's right there, my bike run. And it's this soil and grass course with some wood parts and side ramps and fun stuff. It's like sort of like a mountain bike playground kind of thing, but scaled up a little bit. As we walk around, one thing I'm talking about, how we built it and all of that good business. And
I think Simon will definitely go like, I don't suppose there's a spaceship in the shed.
No. And the bike was never really able to leave ammo. Boy, did they grill me for a while on that, though. They do not want me going back to space on my own. Speaking of space, they're running another contest of champions.
Yeah, didn't want to listen in, but
you heard enough?
I got the feeling that there was something up.
Yeah.
And, up.
Yeah. You're a smart guy. Yeah. So there's all of that coming together. Looks like Mojo's had a kid. The kid's trying to get famous. And somebody's put out a big bounty on me. So that's going to be fun.
Well, if you require any assistance,
I'll reach out.
All right. I hold you to that.
If you call me and I'm not around, come check on me.
Yeah, I will, of course.
All right. Now I'll leave it to you to tell the boys.
All right.
All right.
I wonder how the boys are doing.
Oh, that's perfect. So that's the cue to Raphael on the ground, on the floor, of his own home with the splinters of the door, and we see, hold on, I got a picture to show. We see this figure with another one behind it.
The same robot type. Yeah.
Yes, exact same. They're clones. Is this the home of Peacock? Because I expected something more important.
Well,
How empty.
I'm like trying to shuffle back in towards the kitchen. Like, well, I can, if you could wait just a second.
As it walks inside and the other one walks in behind it.
I'm trying to get to the kitchen to get to like knives or things.
Sweet. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm like struggling across the floor. I don't know if that's a...
Oh, how pitiful you look. Do not worry, I'm not here to kill you.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll be harder than you'd think. Maybe. As I continue my...
Or walking slowly towards you. They're not trying to stop you from moving away from them, but you have a feeling they're like two wolves. You know, one's moving ever forward, the other one watching. And the one behind stops, and it turns and looks. Empty photographs. Our master was correct and successful.
Successful with what? I'm like pulling myself up onto against the kitchen counter.
Oh, well, I think if you want to talk these two Robo Buccaneers into revealing any information, you will need to make a jaw check. They've been programmed not to reveal too much. It's going to be a good difficulty.
Okay. This is more of a just keep them talking, though.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, you can keep them talking. They're going to step past. One of them steps into the kitchen about the time that you're able to get to the knife drawer or drawer. I never know if it's supposed to be drawer or drawer. I say drawer because I'm Southern. What do you do?
So what did they last say?
One of them said our master was successful, and you had said successful with what? And
I think I would literally just follow up without leaving them time to respond by throwing out first sharp instrument that I can take from the drawer, aiming at something, something that doesn't look as sturdy.
Cool. They have kind of an Iron Man type thing going on here in their chest, and then they do have their two eyes, both of those.
Oh, eyes.
Yeah, sweet. I think if you want to blind one of these things, that's going to be a good difficulty.
Yeah, I've got to bring the roll. I'm thinking this sadly is being super.
It is sadly being super, I think.
Which I've only got one in. But tools. So that's 3. And highly trained. That's
Absolutely.
5.
Yep.
A 5 total.
Yeah, and sadly, tension is in effect because they do have their.
Yeah. What was the target? Was that
3?
4? 3. Okay. I'll add 2. I'm going to add 2 spark. 3 spark.
Okay. Good luck.
Because things are on the line. It feels. Will 5s and 4s were counted as successes?
Yeah, 4, 5s, and 6s.
Yeah. I have 3 successes and a 1.
3 successes and a 1. I think. What is that? Like, is it a thing where you like turn it end over end, or is it where you throw it almost like a dart? What does that knife look like when it pierces the Robo Buccaneer's eye?
Do they have one eye or do they have two eyes?
They have two eyes.
I would be aiming for both.
Ooh,
It would
two,
be
two. Yeah, nice.
I think it would be throwing. I think I would try and throw at least 4 knives quite quickly.
Nice.
And I'm sure one or two would at least miss.
Yeah, I think one like bounces off. Like
Yeah.
if we look at the picture of it again, right? We say one bounces off of the lower chest area, and then a second one hits this little neck protector type deal. Then the third and fourth hit him left eye and right eye, and oh, hey you! I'm sorry, Aetherblade.
Not bad for a pensionist.
And that one is shoved down by the one from behind, and it pulls up its gun arm and fires and hits you and kind of wings you, and that's your 1 spark of damage. As we see.
I think as I'm falling, I'm like trying to pull out the drawer to keep like I'm ducked behind the counter. Forks and spoons.
Resistance is futile. Peacock, I am bringing you to Aetherblade, and if I fail, Aetherblade will send more.
Yeah, I got plenty of knives.
Nice. And I think that's when it moves forward and slams into you, and the knife drawer kind of comes ripping out, and the knives all scatter along the floor. What do you do?
I think I'm trying to get that damn flip phone open, and I'm going to try and ring. I need backup. This is
okay. Sweet. Who do you call?
Okay, alphabetical order. Who would be first?
I mean, Goldie's the fastest, but then Dog has
it would be alphabetical order by super names. So I think it would be Dog, actually.
Oh, D for Dog. She does on the bike.
Yeah, so Dog would. I don't know if I'd be able to hold on to the phone when I'm being attacked, but I think I'd hopefully at least get it dialed.
Yeah, you're on speakerphone, and then the phone is knocked, it skids across, and the thing like picks you up and slams you into the oven. We see the glass of the oven kind of splinters a little bit. Dog, your phone rings.
Well, I pull it out and I tap the green thing.
Captain Aetherblade only said you had to be alive. Functioning is alive.
I think I would be trying to. I wouldn't be wasting any more effort in trying to respond. I think I'm trying to scramble for anything, a weapon.
Sweet. Yeah, where do you think your next available weapon is? Grabbing one of the knives from the floor? Do you think you've got a knife or a weapon of some other kind?
I think I might have to improvise further. There's a sturdy rolling pin.
Nice. So you grab up the rolling pin, and it comes forward, but it's gonna reach for that area where you got shot in the shoulder, and that's what it's reaching to grab. If you want to defeat this thing, it's going to be another good difficulty. Tension also involved.
I think I'm doing the same amount. I'm gonna burn another 3.
Goodness,
I'm down to 1.
tenacious.
I'm down to 1 spark.
this could be a Pyrrhic victory for you. Oh my goodness.
Maybe.
Tense.
No, I'm gonna keep 2 spark back. So it's a 7. Yeah.
That's 2 successes. Oh man, that's rough.
2 successes in there.
Sweet. So you, Dog, you're. I'm not sure what you're saying back when you hear that weird robotic voice, but you're hearing crashing. You know that this was Raphael's phone that called you, and then you hear him cry out in pain. And that rolling pin, you slap it in the side of the head, and it's one of those where it straightens back up again.
Does it actually break the rolling pin on the head?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not-
it like snaps
not
the
actually-
rolling pin, and then it sticks the gun to your chest, and we see it. Whoop, this thing comes out, and you pass out, and it picks you up and starts to carry you away.
So mechanical footsteps receding into the.
Yep, you hear the mechanical footsteps receding into the distance. What do you do, dog?
Oh, I've already started running towards the bike.
Nice. I love it. Sweet. Swell. It looks like you and dog are taking off again.
Yes.
Bon will step outside. Dog? Or she'll step into the garage, I guess, as you start to pull away. Is
Yep.
it our thing or another thing?
Sounds like a robot's beating the snot out of Raphael. Don't know.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Keep it tight in here.
Always.
Love you.
Love you too. So Golden Boy, after your meeting with Tempest, where do you go?
Well, the first thing I would have done is I would have called Swell, because that's the first person that was I think of, because we
Awesome.
took care of, yeah.
You're on the back of Dog's bike riding at extreme speed when you get a phone call from Golden Boy. Do you have a flip phone, Swell? Because you seem to have a problem with the smartphone.
No, he definitely got a smartphone from one of his grandchildren. Or at least, he got a smartphone and got it explained to him a bit by the grandchildren. So now I know how to use the apps for what is up. What? Yes, that.
That's nice. I like it. Cool. So you get a phone call from Golden Boy.
Hello. I'm on a bike. I can't hear you very well.
Simon, Aether Blade is back.
What?
Aether Blade.
Oh.
He's here.
Hold on. Have you heard anything from the Peacock?
No, I called you first. Apparently, he's coming back for revenge. And you and I, with Tempest, we were the last ones that he'd be all vengeance-y on, I bet.
Well, we're on our way to Raphael's place now, to the roost. Because there was some mechanical voiced minions or something. So maybe meet up there.
Oh, they're after Raph. I'll see you there.
All right.
And then we just there's a single panel of Goldie the dog. Murph? So you take off yet again. Sweet. So dog and Golden Boy, you both arrive at the same time to find that this aforementioned Robo Buccaneer has what appears to be like a flying dinghy. He has tossed Peacock into it. By dinghy, I do not mean penis. I mean a little lifeboat or a small boat, or a flying canoe. Just to clarify. And it stands into the thing. It's thrown Raphael, and then also the body of its blinded fellow Robo Buccaneer, and the thing is starting to hover up. What do you do?
Well, I think that I'm gonna jump the bike off of some bit of suburban scenery.
Yeah.
And and probably instruct the swell to get ready to hop on board.
Okay. Absolutely.
Sweet.
This bike can't land itself, so you've been volunteered.
So, Swell, it's going to be just a typical thing for you to jump off of the bike and jump into this little sky canoe. So let's build a roll for you if you want to do that thing. I don't think you have much choice, so let's build the roll for you. You're going to get thrown if you don't jump, so maybe you should jump.
I'd like
Are
to
you
help.
being the glue? Your team role is a glue. I'm not sure you're fulfilling that per se. This seems I'm done a typical difficulty. So do you feel like it could be something a normal person might do? Jump from a flying car into a flying canoe?
I mean, no.
All right, so it's super. And I think this is movement related. Oh wow, you're not suited for this at all.
No.
This is great. This is gonna be fun.
I'm definitely bumping a spark to help, so there's that.
Fantastic. That's good. So now you're at 3 dice.
I'll throw in 3 of my own spark.
All right. So you're rolling 6. You just need 2.
So, you never know, and with how I roll it. Pretty good.
Look at that.
That's awesome. You come off of Dana of Dog's bike and land right there in the little sky canoe.
It's almost graceful.
Yeah. It's like
Almost.
We do not have files on this level of agility for you.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry. That's what do you mean files on? Could you please release this strapping young lad?
No.
you start flying higher and higher. Golden Boy, as the swell dramatically leaps onto the flying ship to have a conversation, what do you do?
I think I am jetting across and going to do the wall running speed thing so that I get to the roof and then leap at a big golden arc to try and land on said dinghy.
Difficulty's 3 because it's gotten a little bit higher, but I definitely think you've got to be super for this.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see.
Are you being
Super.
wild here?
That's pretty wild, I guess.
I'm with that. And it's definitely a feat related thing. Super movement's kicking in as well.
Yeah.
So that's 7, 8, 9. 9 dice. Difficulty is 3. Do you want to spend any spark for that?
Is it super, would you say?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So that gets us up to, what did we say?
It should be 9 dice, right?
7,
Let's see.
8, 9. Yep,
3,
that's what it is.
Should be 9.
And I need 3.
Uh-huh.
I think 9 will do it. I'll go with that.
All right, cool. Tension is involved, right? Because you're going way up off of a building and all that good stuff.
I could easily get hurt. All right.
All right, only
2,
1,
3.
2. That's plenty.
Yes.
Plenty. Sweet. How do you land on this small? It's got 2 bodies and then 2 standing up folks. How do you come into this little lifeboat, this flying lifeboat here?
I think we see me arching as I kind of land there. There's, a lot of superheroes can be flashy and go into like the 3-point landing and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But mine is much more just like I'm at speed, boom. I'm just standing there. And it's me
that's cool.
standing over the top of Raph, just kind of legs spread on either side of him facing this thing.
Very cool.
Well, it seems it's time for me to explode.
Eh? Say what now?
And then we see a flashing red light on his chest. What do you do?
Kick him off the boat.
That's pretty great. It may not have accounted for that. We will call that a difficulty of good.
Right. I guess it's a hands thing.
It is. Yeah, even though you're using your feet, it's effectively,
Yes.
a strength function of kind of like punching. So we'll go with hands for that one. I do think this is a super move, though, unfortunately. So you've got 4 dice. If you want to bring in your body modification of growth to help you with this, that might be a good way to sneak in 2 more dice.
I think I'm thinking that I need to extend my leg a bit to get in range and
Snap kick. Giant foot coming towards the. I like it.
I'll throw in a spark to help. And as you're doing that, I think I'll probably do one of my little flash bursts up towards its face so that it doesn't maybe see the kick coming.
Nice. So that looks like it would be 1 + 3, 4, 2 + 1, 7. 7 dice. Need a good difficulty.
Okay, let's go for it. What? Wait. Pushed the wrong button. Now it's. Come on.
Oh, that's not a great roll. That is not a great roll at all.
No, it's not.
So yeah, here's what happens. You kick it and it lands, but then holds on to the boat, and then the boat it explodes, and the boat explodes as well, and you're gonna get thrown and fall. So Doc, you have a chance to save like Golden Boy or Peacock or the Swell. You can save one of them, not even have to roll dice. Who do you catch? And then if you want to try to save more, then you're gonna have to roll dice.
Well, I think the peacock's got to be my shoe-in because he passed out. He can't defend himself.
All right, rock on,
So,
rock on.
There's
Sweet.
that.
Yeah. I probably look a bit bruised and bloody from being smashed into another.
You don't look great. Yeah,
And-
you've been shot. You've been beaten on a bunch.
Shrapnel from a door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you swoop in. Golden Boy, as you're flying, what is your plan?
Oof. I suppose my hope is
Imagine you're like 50, 60 feet in the air, just so we have the idea. Like
right.
you can see roofs below you. By roofs, I mean plural of roof, in case that sounded weird.
Okay. I think I'm going to start since I know that I'm falling down. I don't. Hopefully, Swell can take care of himself. I think we see my legs begin kind of and start going so fast. I'm trying to make a buffet of wind to land on.
Ooh, nice. I love that. That sounds really cool. So what we'll do is we'll call this a typical difficulty. If you're successful, then you'll take no damage. But tension's involved in the roll, so don't burn yourself out on this. I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay. So sounds like super
feet.
I don't know if my movement counts in this.
I think so.
Oh, okay. All right. So that gives me 8.
Okay.
Rolling with 8.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yay.
Yep,
Ow.
you got it. It hurts a
Yay.
little bit. Yeah, it drains you of a couple spark, but your idea to buffet yourself is enough to give you a gust of wind just before you slam into the ground. You actually zip off, almost like dropping a car with his wheels, a toy car, his wheels already going, you're like slapping and boom, you take off. So Swell, do you need to be saved? Do you need Dog to try to snatch you out of the air? Or do you have a plan for handling large fall?
I think the best idea he has is just to jump off right before crashing and just, drop and roll.
So it sounds
It's
like
gonna
he
hurt.
save.
Yeah, it sounds like Doc needs to save him.
Sounds like that's in play.
Yeah, so we'll call this a typical difficulty, but tension's involved in the roll. You're using your tools, right? Your
Mhm.
bike.
Right.
Do you think this? I think this is a super thing, right? You're saving someone's life while they're falling.
Yeah. Sure.
Are you being a brick?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think
right?
so.
I don't think so. So you're at 5 dice right now.
I would love
And
to
then
give you a spark as well. Helping
Okay.
out, making
Yep.
sure it's
Yep. You're like spreading out your limbs. You're trying to slow yourself down. Maybe trying to do like really big hands.
yeah.
His arms are going to be tired, folks. Does highly trained come into this, do you think?
I think it could be.
Highly trained motorcyclist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Graph cycle.
All right. So that's 8 dice.
Should be, yeah. Because 3, 2, 5, 6, 7, 1 from swell, 8 dice.
Yeah. Whew. Was that me? That was me. Dang. So 2 successes and a couple of oofs.
Couple of oofs, 2 successes. So I said it was a typical difficulty saving somebody. So you slam into the swell. We'll say that swell, maybe that spark that you spent to help, it also reflects a bit of like slamming into a high speed moving vehicle at the time. You'll be all right. But yeah, Dog, do you think you got hurt in this, or do you think some of the stress of the situation is what drained you of a little bit of spark here?
Porque no los dos, I guess.
Why not both? Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's an impact, so maybe my face bounces off of some part of the console, and I've got a bloody nose.
Nice.
Shout back to Swell. You all right?
I suppose, yes, thank you.
Raphael, you wake up. You're flying. You've been thrown over the front of Dog's bike, and you're maybe 30 feet in the air.
Friggin' exploding robots. I hate that crap.
Oh, my wallet. Check my wallet. Like trying to fumble with like a.
Hold on, buddy. We're gonna land first. Which is, in fact, what I'm trying to do.
Sure enough, you can land. Like we can effectively scene wipe, and the bike is on the ground. Golden Boy, you've made your way back. The 4 of you are there. You see Raphael's house. His front door has been smashed open. Somebody's called the cops because there was gunfire. So
yeah, I'm kind of like hobbling towards my house and also taking my wallet out to check the photos that I have in there.
Yeah, are you all, buddy? Come here, and I'm kind of move up to kind of help you. You look hurt.
It's nothing. Is there any other photos blank in my wallet?
And Golden Boy, you look over his shoulder as he has his wallet open. You've seen this wallet 100 times. He has that, like, the photo display, and he's flipping through, and you see like a bookcase. You see this beautiful mountain vista, but you remember these pictures. There were people here. There was his family here, grandchildren, children. And he stops, and at the end you see the picture of Hugo and his bow tie. It's the only one left.
It's Aether Blade, Rafe.
Is this time nonsense?
Yeah.
Of your stupid adventures with
Look,
aliens and magic done this?
they come to me, but and Tippus came to tell me that Aetherblade's out for vengeance. We could fix it, Rafe. We could fix
And my
it.
family are the ones who got caught up in this? I'm like jabbing
Right.
Marty in the chest now, like,
Buddy, I'm gonna
pushing
help you. I promise. Back in the day, I was fast enough to deal with his time.
And I'm like hobbling back. I just turn away in disgust. I'm walking back towards my house. I'm like gonna get what equipment I can find.
Was that a sufficient bicker?
I think that was a real good bicker. So you can roll a d6 to regain some spark.
Both of us?
Yeah. I think there was definitely bickering going on there.
Not custom. Which one was mine? 3. Okay.
3 and 5. Awesome. So, Dog, your bike would be a motorcycle again. Swell when you see the black SUV slide in. It's got the tinted windows, government plates. This is, of course, our government official, a member of, what was the name? Parma? Is that what we called it?
Yeah.
Whoever found the picture for General Melee, that is amazing. I actually wish we'd had that fight on screen knowing what he looks like. That's
Thank
great.
you. It's Silvermane.
Silvermane? I don't know Silvermane.
Marvel gangster, rival of Kingpin.
Wow.
Yeah. I never knew he did that to himself. Isn't
He was
the
gonna live on forever.
Father of Black Cats? Or is that
Might
different?
be.
Principal Asset Resort Management Association. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Parma's pulled up. So Jan, just real quick, the notable rivals, the rival team is Parma, the Principal Asset Resource Management Association. They are government authority and backed supers, not as much hunters as folks with police-like powers that keep the peace. Like they want the supers to not do their super stuff because they only cause chaos. But Hugo steps out of the passenger side because he never drives. Somebody drives for him. As do several other Parma agents. Dog. Oh, Swell. What did Parma tell you the last time that you did something super hero-y? Like, what was the warning that you received?
Stop causing more damage than than doing good.
Yeah. And the weakness of this rival team is that they have to clean up the messes that you guys make, right? So that's a great warning. So yeah, Dog, when Parma pulls up, what do you do?
I'll stop leaning on my bike and sort of step forward, see who's in the driver's seat.
It's Sarah,
Mm.
member of Parma.
Is Hugo there?
Yeah, Hugo's in the passenger seat. He gets out and he's headed towards the house. Like, he doesn't even really acknowledge you.
I slow him down. I get in front of him. I'm like, hand out.
Is he okay?
He's been beat up and he's in a state.
Damn it. What? Why can't you?
Somebody ambushed him in his home, Hugo. You can't blame everything that happens on him and how he wants to live out his glory days.
Oh, okay. I need to get in there.
I just wanted you to know before you did. He don't
Thank
look
you.
good, and he's worried about the family.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Right.
Go on.
And then he heads past you. So, Raphael, I think you in chat had said that your training stuff and everything is in the attic now. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
I mean, it might just be through glitches
Your
and
old
time
training
recently,
room. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm into it.
But the roost is in the attic.
The roost.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so good.
And I've opened up some sort of chest, and I've taken out the old kind of rope with a dagger thing, and I'm awkwardly filling my coat with equipment from the old days.
Raph, you need to wait a minute here, buddy.
No, I've got to get out there and I've got to fix this.
We're gonna fix this, but you can't go off half cocked now, bud.
Ah, cock.
Got some armor around here somewhere. Next time it won't be so easy to take me out.
It wasn't easy this time, old lad. Come on, you're not doing this by yourself.
Well, you guys, you bring the time stuff and the alien stuff and the reality changing things. What's wrong with gangsters?
Dad, are you up there in the attic? You hear Hugo's voice.
I push past one of them to go to Hugo.
He's down. I imagine the attic, like there's that ladder that you drop down kind of deal. Or not a ladder, maybe like a step kind of deal. Yeah.
That sounds hard.
It sounds like a lot of work. But yeah, steps. And he's down at he's on the top level of the house in the little hallway where you drop down the steps to go up into the attic. What are you doing, Dad? Oh my God, somebody shot you?
I grab him by like the back of the neck to pull him close, like head to head.
Yeah. And he looks really,
Touching his
really
face.
worried for you.
But you're good. Your sister, the brother, the grandkids, they're gone from photos.
Sister, brother, what? No. My kids are fine. Your grandkids, they're fine.
The other ones, like the rest. I show him the wallet of empty,
I'm not sure what this means, Dad.
It's just time things. I have to. Somebody's done something with time.
Dad, someone's attacked you. You're going through a lot of stress right now. Let me take you home. Make sure you stay safe, okay?
Call Farmer. Use the computer things, the satellites. Scan the time.
And he like breaks looking at you and looks up to Swell Golden Boy. He says, I'm gonna take my dad home now, okay?
No, that is not happening.
Son, I don't think that's a good idea.
He's delirious.
He's not delirious. He's right. Time's changed.
I'm sorry, but I need to take care of my dad right now. Dad, please come with me, okay? Let's not make this.
I'm going to handcuff him to the railing.
Oh, sweet. I mean, he's a rival, so I think this needs to come to a roll, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to hurt you, so there is no tension involved in this roll.
I think con artist?
I think so.
I
think it's a good difficulty. He's been
trained. Is this being normal or is this being super?
I feel like it's being your normal, like, you're just taking advantage of your dad thinking your son thinking you're a doddering old guy. So I'm okay with normal. Yeah, for sure.
and
Is
one
it like a
spark.
special peacock themed like cuffs of
No,
some
I
kind?
mean it's his tools. I'm just
Oh snap! You like
I don't carry
the Parma
I mean I
cuffs?
probably I probably back in the day would have had something, but I just got weapons when I went up there. I wasn't getting
Nice. Nice.
any. So I'm using one spark as well. Just bring that to
Okay.
10.
3 successes, and again, tension is not involved, so good luck.
1, 2, 3,
That's a
4,
bunch.
5, 6, and 2. Did you say tension was not involved?
Tension was not.
Good, because I got
Because
2
he was,
ones.
I mean, he's not like he's going to elbow you or try to hurt you.
Hmm.
So yeah, you quickly just whip out the Parma cuffs and do you
I
handcuff
mean,
him?
I kind of do it so it's like, kink. Oh, he's attached to the railing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
What, Dad? What the hell?
for your own safety. And I start going down the stairs in a slightly limping.
You're
grog.
hurt. You're bleeding on your own stairs, Dad. This is crazy. Let a
through
Parma take
worse.
care of it.
It's for
And I
your own
guess
good.
it's like Golden Boy and Swell. Do you guys like walk past him?
I sort of shrug at him, going like, "Sorry, kids."
And I'll kind of rush over to get
We'll tell
where
your
I can
colleagues to
help
take
Ray.
care.
Sweet. Cool. You had so many successes. Did you take his phone too, so he couldn't call ahead?
Yeah, I would have. Yeah.
Cool.
I just put it, it's just out of reach. I don't take the phone.
Cool. Because and you like you're heading down the stairs to like the main
Yeah.
level, and you hear him yell, "Dad, I'll just dislocate my thumb like you taught me."
Yeah, but
If you'd practiced, it would have been easier.
Yes. Cool. So yeah, you get the P cuffs. I saw that it's amazing. Yes, the P cuffs were a thing that the peacock had. That's so great. So you've extricated yourself from your son. The folks who are from Parma were waiting, like he said, stay here to them, right? So they're still waiting. But then you come out. So they're going to record wherever you're going, but at this point you can leave. What's the plan?
He doesn't really have a plan. He is just angry and
I might like
I think I walk down the street a bit and then I'm just like, okay, where do we go?
Dana, do you have any doohickeys on this machine of yours that can scan for temporal anomalies or anything like that?
I mean it can look for thrust signatures, but I
That'll
futz
do.
around to see if that does anything.
Well, you know what?
We might be able to find their little boats.
Maybe you will. So I'm going to say that this is something that's shielded. So I'm going to call it a remarkable difficulty to find something that's trying to remain hidden.
All right.
Definitely think you're being super and
Mm-hmm.
you're using your tools.
Okay. I don't think highly trained really comes into here.
Okay. Tension is not involved because no one's going to attack you if you don't find a thing.
Yep. So that's 5 dice total.
I'll drop in one to help you.
Swag.
Like maybe describing a bit of how Tempest would do his tiny things.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the
I'll-
Star Trek for
I'll
the
drop in a
particles that are
spark
time
to-
related?
Tachyon.
Tachyon. There we go.
Tachyons. Yep, I'll adjust the sort of scan range. Say I think that's tachyons. I don't know.
I would be so disappointed.
Eh. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So
Wow, that's exactly what you needed. Yeah, so you scan on the kind of terra firma level and find nothing. But on a hunch and also a little bit of help from Golden Boy, you turn it to do a wider band and hit within, the stratosphere. And that's when you realize that there is a ship above you, a cloaked ship above you. It is, of course, a steampunky ship,
oh yeah.
like wood. It should not fly.
Yep, and I'll bring up a hollow of the scan result and say, well, that's a ways above us.
I'll be damned. It's right here over the top of us.
Yep.
Arrogant ass.
That's its general signature, what it looks like there.
I
Dog,
glance
you
towards
don't have a ship.
Golden Boy's like chuckle with like almost a growl in look form.
It means that we can fix this right here, right now, Rafe. It's gonna be fine.
How do we get up?
How far up is it, dog?
It's
Rich?
cloud level. It's up there.
Yeah. It's about 1,200 feet.
That gonna get us up there?
Hovers max about 100. Which
Helicopter?
is ridiculous.
Huh.
Raphael, Hugo has access to helicopters.
We go back.
What? Yeah, okay, Rafe. What you got in mind?
Well, he was never good at practicing the thumb trick, so he should still be touched, Bannister. You've got to practice the basics.
All right, hold on. Let me do a thing. And
Catherine always knew that. She knew that.
I push the scan from my bike to my phone, which has taken me years to figure out.
I'm planning to just go in there and take the phone that's Hugo's phone.
Mm-hmm.
If he
Thought
hasn't
you'd already
escaped yet.
snagged it.
I just left it with outside of his arm reach.
Oh.
I specifically said that, so yeah.
He did. Yeah, I remember it. And I think as you go in to get it, he's like he's grunting and trying to. Don't know how you didn't break your thumb.
You don't you dislocate. Catherine. I take the phone and look at it for a second, then look around the group. Like, I need Brutus.
What you want to do, Rafe?
I mean, he's got the app doohickeys. One of them must call helicopters.
And I kind of look
Helicopter
at
on
Raphael,
speed dial.
look at Hugo, and I'm like, all right, Hugo, look. And I'll bring up the scan on my phone. This is what's above this house, 1,200 feet up. This is the source of the attack.
Okay.
Let's go get it. What pocket on your body is the key to those handcuffs?
And yeah, so it has to be a thing that he couldn't have easily thought to get the keys. So maybe Dad took the keys.
Oh,
Not that stupid.
Like, hand dog the key.
I've let the kid go.
I'll undo it.
He's talking about having, like, I don't have brothers and sisters, Dana.
And I like
Just-
scan my memory. He does, doesn't he?
Oh, he totally does. He's got a bunch of siblings.
Raphael has a big family. Yeah, he does. You've got brothers and sisters. Maybe we aren't affected by this time business because we're older than you. We got a
Okay.
little bit more time built up in us.
What do you know? It's the youngsters losing their memories.
Nice. What are you guys planning on doing? I can help. Dad, you
Well-
really shouldn't be involved in this right now. Even when you haven't been beat to hell.
Son,
I hold my own again with these. Just because they got powers doesn't mean
Kid,
Okay.
he's a
you have to-
hero.
You have to understand that this is a very personal matter. And I mean, technically it should be for you too. It's your family too, but you don't remember that. But you should probably tag along
Okay.
and, get back your brothers and sisters that you don't know about right now. But
Are we sure we can get them back if I don't know who they are?
Yeah.
well, yes,
Yeah,
your
we got
dad knows.
listen, whatever Captain Aetherblade is doing to muddle with the times, we undo it. We reduce Captain Aetherblade to scrap. We go home.
Everything's back to normal.
We get Raphael to the hospital or a medic.
Okay.
after.
After.
I'm not sure I can get authorization from Barma, but I'll help.
You tell us where the helicopter is.
You got
We'll get it.
compelling evidence of an object of pursuit.
Okay.
You're just protecting the peace.
All right. Let's do it. Come on. And I think maybe that's where we bring this issue of the comic to a close.
Seems right.
Awesome. Sweet. So we have some end of session questions to ask. And one of them I've got to change because like your day to day is just not a thing that happens in this version of our game. And I don't think it's really is it a bad? I don't know. Like, I don't know. We'll talk about that. That's definitely a thing we can talk about. Did you clash with someone who threatened your neighborhood? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is everybody, so that's
Yeah.
that's one. Did you protect the citizens of your neighborhood at least once?
I don't know if the citizens were in danger as much as
No.
one of us in particular.
Did you defeat a villain or have a conflict with your rival team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
Yep. So then that will be 2 XP to all of you. And now I'll go around the horn and ask these questions. So I'll go. Hold on a sec. I had closed a thing and now I have to reopen it. Left to right. Golden Boy. This is again that question. Did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations? I didn't give you really an opportunity to, but
Well, would you say that the dealing with lady from spas and all of that sort of thing is kind of a day to day?
I think so. Like that's your regular non-superhero life. So yeah, I like that.
Played
Cool.
into that a bit.
I'm thinking about adding in a question for this game of like, did you struggle with something from your past? Because
That's
I
neat.
keep pulling that in. Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
I like to think so. I
Cool.
think I
Let's,
went to Raph very strongly.
4 XP for you. So let's jump over
Excellent.
to the Peacock. Did you struggle with your normal obligations? I think dealing with Hugo. qualifies.
Yeah.
And then did you help support another teammate when they needed you?
I'm only in the kind of pushing, helping push
I think
Marty
helping Golden
towards
Boy and
having
Sylvia.
a little, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That counts. So that's 4 XP for you. Dog. Did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations? I think if we look at the frame of like your past, I think the contest of champions stuff like sneaking up and that struggle.
I think that's there.
All
Sure.
right. Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
I think so.
Cool. So that's 4 for you. And then Swell. Do you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations? We didn't see you at work, but I don't know. What do you think? Maybe there's some of your history that you struggled with?
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe the kid with the pictures, but other than that, don't think there was
I
any.
kind of like the posing for the selfie and working through that and struggling with it. I think that was good and really the only opportunity.
Use that the kind of new question that you just mentioned.
Yeah. To deal with your past?
Yeah, because there's like this family and also and also that kind of the selfie thing kind of
yeah. We'll count that as a yes then. And then did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Yes.
All right, 4 XP for you as well. That ends up all the post-game mechanical stuff. So let's jump in to do some others. So I'm going to pause the recording for just a second. Hey, so we're back. If you can, I know Alex, you need to go. So if you want to knock out stars and wishes real quick for both those, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Stars. The dog and Swell kind of just the whole bit of the ranch. You know, the Chang and
that was
getting
good.
A little bit of Swell's history. Rich for just putting. I really enjoyed the situation. Well, I really enjoy the right word, but the situation I was definitely engaged by the situation you put Raphael in, and also just I really liked the little bit of kind of clash and Marty kind of trying to talk him down from his anger. Wishes. I want to see Marty have some sort of date or some initiation of that relationship with what's she called?
Sylvia?
Sylvia, yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Good. Any other feedback, Alex?
Probably, but being rushed.
Okay. As you come up, I know you got to rush. So as you come up with stuff, feel free to let us know in the ongoing chat we have. So I'd appreciate it. Thanks, Alex. Have a great evening. Sweet. Sweet. So we're just doing stars and wishes. So we wanted Alex, because he needed to go nowish, to go, but that's all we've done so far, Jen. So you're back perfectly on time. Let's go from right to left with our remainders to do wishes, and then we'll finish up with stars. So Jan, what wishes do you have?
First wishes. Okay. I wish to get some normal time for. I mean the conversation with Dana and the wife was awesome, but I'd like to see Simon around the mall just
Me too.
doing.
Me too.
I initially was thinking like when there was talk about a window being thrown in, and then I was like I imagined Simon just coming up with a dustbin on a stick, you know, swiping up the glass.
That's pretty cute.
But yeah, no, that's it. Wishes.
Cool. Thank you, Jan. So Jen, what wishes did you have?
Yeah, I'm gonna weigh in and say that I want a little bit more mall in this Malliverse.
You bet.
But otherwise, wishes. I do also still want to see like more of the Contest of Champions stuff unfolding, and to see what kind of time shenanigans are happening.
Sounds good to me.
So basically, I just want to see more of this story and characters. You know, so things are going good.
Good. I will certainly happily offer that up.
All right.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
Tyler, what wishes did you have?
Honestly, don't have a whole bunch. I thought I really enjoyed everything, and I like story that's coming out for me. You mentioned something about the end of session questions, maybe something that has to do with dealing with our age would focus in a little on what the mod is for the game. I don't know if I want it. The question is, would it be something you just always hit? But it might telegraph what the mod's supposed to be like.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no wishes. I'm super excited to see where it goes.
Good. Awesome. Well, since you had to go last for wishes, you get to go first. 4 stars. What stars would you like to offer?
I like the emotional grab. Loved the disappearing family. Very strong, very neat, and huge stars from you, Alex, on how you played it. It was subtle and right and real, and it was. I loved your anger, and your sadness. It was fantastic. It was just really nicely played. Very enjoyable, and I loved our kind of where we were interacting together there too, because I do think that, like, Ray's probably Marty's closest friend, and to see that was, I thought, really cool and nicely emotionally biggins out the story. Jan, loved you popping in here. Fully formed, really neat, interesting character. Want to know so much more about. I really love the concept of big guy, but he's the talker. He's the peacemaker. Yeah, that's nice. That's really cool. And Jen, I really enjoy seeing your home life. Every time that always ends up being a ton of fun, and I always like it. But I liked your practicality dealing when it's not Hector. Is it Hector? The son, Hugo. Catching him as he goes in. I mean, there was other good stuff dealing with him, but that catching going in seemed like a very real thing, a thing that Dog would do, and that was nice. That felt very real, very like what you'd see cinematically as well. So, I mean, that was a good bringing it all together. Thought that was wonderful. Yeah, I liked that, and I like the story go all around, Rich, because we have a swashbuckling, crazy, weird time bandit villain, but the stakes are always so high, but you made it so personal, and that's cool.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I needed to switch stuff around because I had a different plan for our inciting incident. So it turned out pretty good this way around too. I'm glad that you liked it. Thank you very much, Tyler. And so, Jen, what stars did you have?
Stars for giving all of us a nice sketched out flashback with the swell. I think that helped him fit into the team really good. And yeah, I'm enjoying the way the plot's developing. This time travel thing having that deep impact where it's like, oh well, it can make it so that your family never existed, is super dramatic. Really enjoying that. I'm interested in the heir of Mojo, son of Mojo, right? That's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, I like seeing the retro stuff sort of interacting with us. I liked being in a not Golden Corral.
not Golden Corral. Nice. Good. Thank you, Jen. And then Jan, you could finish us off. So, what star did you want to hand out?
I loved the scene where Marty got some flirting and had to be convinced of it. That was lovely. I mean, just so real, because it just always happens like that. People are so unaware of people flirting with them. I was for Alex. I hope he'll see this. I was really impressed, like powerful emotions with him finding out that his family was disappearing and then fighting with his son, like ooh, shivers. And to both Jen and you, Rich, for that scene with Dog and what was it, Bond. Like that was just wonderful, deepening all the characters. Getting to see Dog's house was like, I was definitely looking forward to that, because like, ooh, that's the most alien one. And yeah, this was really great to flesh out all the characters. Yeah, great questions around in that one.
Sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Really had a great time. Alex, yeah, definite stars for the gravitas of how he reacted to it. Because it could easily have been a thing that, I've seen players who you throw that level of stakes at them and they're like, okay, I guess we're going to go do this thing. But like I was grabbed hold of that and wrote it and made it feel scary and super interesting, and I appreciate that. It means a lot that I can trust in you guys to run with things like that. That's awesome. I cannot wait till next week when we will continue this, and we'll get to have maybe we'll work on what the team up was between the Swell and the Cyclist, and like what would that be? I don't know. That'll be fun. So thank you all so much for playing, and we'll go ahead and end the stream here.
All right, thank you.